about that crowd?
Yeah, it's incredible. You know, I think that the support that we've had, you know, since we arrived, obviously in Australia and also here, it's been incredible. To have so many people and kids turn up for a training session, you know, none of us have experienced that before.
It was odd because I was watching up there were girls screaming. They were absolutely screaming, "David, come over here!" How is that? You come all the way to little old New Zealand and you've got school kids going absolutely bananas.
It's amazing, you know. It's honouring for me to have that, you know, for kids wanting to obviously wear my shirt, and some kids want to look like me and have the same hairstyle as me, and also with the girls shouting and wanting autographs and things like that. So it's amazing.
Landon just told me, he said, the one rule you have with David Beckham, you don't go out with David Beckham because every female in the bar looks that way and ignores you.
I've not noticed.
It's difficult because, I mean, you know, when you arrive in Australia and you arrive over here, we don't know what to expect. I mean, you are a mega star and we look out there and we see the fans, but you seem so grounded.
It's the way I've been brought up. You know, my parents brought me up that way and always made me believe that's the right way for me to behave and the right way for me to act around people. They've always told me, whenever you're asked for an autograph, sign it, you know, and I've always done that.
Did you ever let go the hype around your career? Did you go through a stage at all where you went, I'm loving this, and you got maybe a little bit out of control?
I've always loved it, but I've never been out of control in that sense, because I've always had a lot of friends around me, a lot of people around me that have looked after me and that have kept my feet on the ground, and I think it's important that you surround yourself with those people. And as a family, we're very grounded. You know, we're very normal as obviously our lifestyle lets us, but you know, we love doing normal things. We love taking the kids to the park and doing the grocery shopping and things like that. So
how do you go to a park when it's David Beckham and, you know, Victoria?
It's difficult. It's difficult, I must admit. But if you get them moments, you know, in Sydney when we was there, I sneaked out of the hotel, and a couple of the players and me went to a beach, just laid on the beach for 5 hours.
Did anyone come up to you?
No, there was no one on the beach. And it was one of the afternoons that, you know, I needed. You know, it was great to do that.
Because I'd imagine, I mean, the word was you went out last night in Wellington, you had a bit of a look around.
Yeah.
Did you find you got mobbed? I'd imagine New Zealand would be the greatest part of the world, because you probably would find Kiwis would go, there's David, and probably leave you alone.
Yeah, there was people coming up to me asking for autographs and pictures and shaking my hand. So, you know, it's great when it's like that, and you know, that's my life. So it's something that I control and that you know, I enjoy it. You know, you've got to enjoy it, people asking for your autograph and asking for your picture, because you know, it's not always going to be there.
So what do you do to get away from that? You say you've got the old times where you can get away with the family. I mean, do you like sitting there and watching DVDs and doing a big fryer?
Yeah, of course, we love that. You know, we love that on normal days when we're not working, not training. You know, spending time with the kids and cooking at home, and that's the way we are.
The All Blacks over here, you would have heard of them. We haven't won a World Cup for a while, and you may compare that to what's happened with English football. We give it to our guys over there. You've had that love-hate relationship with the fans. Are we too hard on our sportsmen when they don't perform?
I think that in a way it's a good thing, because you know, the expectations are there. The expectations, I'm sure, are on the All Blacks, because they've got some of the greatest players in the world. They've got a great tradition, and you know, they show it with their passion. And when you're not successful on that side, then you know, you've got to take the criticism, like we have as an English nation with the football. You know, when we've got the players that we've got and the expectations that we've got, and we don't, you know, progress to you know, big competitions and win games that we should be winning, you know, you're going to get a lot of negativity, and you've got to, you know, be able to handle that, because you know, you enjoy the side when, you know, when things are going great, but when it's going bad, is how you react from that.
How do you cope though, David, when you are the public face of that baby? I mean, you've been through that, haven't you? Where all of a sudden the country goes, it was his fault.
I've been through that a couple of times, I must admit. But you know, it's how you react. It's how you come back from that. You know, the English mentality is to come back from something, and how you react to things. And if you react in the right way, then people, you know, sort of respect you a bit more. And I think that's what luckily enough, I've been able to do throughout my career.
What about tender age now, 32, correct?
Yep.
How much longer?
A few more years. You know, my contract with the Galaxy is for 5 years. I played one season, well, not really one season, because I was injured for quite a bit of it. But I see myself playing for a good few more years. I believe that I could still play at the highest level and play for my country for a couple of more years. Whether that'll happen, I don't know, because
yeah, the 99 caps, that would have hurt you.
Yeah, it would. It would hurt me in the sense of I'd be so close to reaching a milestone, but at the end of the day, 99 caps for my country is incredible, more than I could have ever dreamed of. So, you know, we'll have to wait and see. If it happens, then great. If it doesn't, then I know that I played 99 times for my country and captained them for almost 6 years, and I'm very honoured about that.
In the career, I mean, you've always said, regardless of all the fashion talk and the hairstyles, that football is number one.
Without a doubt. You know, I was just asked a question about the business side of football back then, and just 5 minutes ago. You know, I know the business side is big in football these days. It's huge in football these days, and I know that I've gained a lot out of and been given a lot out of the business side, but it's not the important part in my game and my life. The most important part in my game is playing out there.
Could you name all your sponsors? If I said right now, David Beckham, off you go.
Yes.
Off you go.
I'm not allowed to.
What do you mean not allowed to?
Motorola, Adidas.
Haven't you got aftershave as well?
Yep, Coty.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. What more? Pepsi.
Pepsi?
Yep. I think that's about it. That's almost it.
That's not too bad.
That's almost it. And Armani underwear. I've just done an Armani underwear campaign. Of course.
Can I tell you that I have a fiancée, and she is an amateur viewer, and basically every single female I've spoken to over the last couple of days about this interview has said, can you say hello? Is that just bizarre? I mean, how do you cope with that?
It is, but like I said before, it's a great thing to have, because you know your career's not around for forever, and you've got to enjoy it while it's happening. I don't get to visit great places like Australia and New Zealand, in my career, and I've been given the chance now, so I'm enjoying it. And
you're doing so well as well. Do you like the media side of it? Because you seem to have improved, if I can say that. Out of sight, you've become really comfortable with it.
I think you have to become comfortable with it. It started maybe 10 years ago for me, my first major interview, and I think you grow into the confidence of sitting here in front of a camera and doing interviews, and you have to, especially when I was the England captain. I used to do press conference after press conference, and you have to be able to handle the media, because it's such an important part of the game these days.
How are you finding the Phoenix? I want you to run through the players for me. The big threats for you, David?
Sorry?
The Phoenix?
Obviously, they're a team that I've never played against before. They're players that I've never played against before. But that's happened many times for me since I've moved to America. I've played against teams that I've never played against before, played against players that I've never played against before, and visited different parts of America that I've never been before. So I'm looking forward to the game. The game in Sydney the other night was a difficult game, but we're looking forward to it.
We're quite competitive with the Australians. You may have heard we don't really like the Australians. Now, you scored a free kick 25 metres out.
Yeah.
We'd quite like you to do that Saturday night, please. Maybe a couple just to outdo the Aussies if you would.
It would be nice. I was very happy to score the other night. 85,000 fans turning out, and hopefully a full house tomorrow. So hopefully I can produce another free kick. If I get the chance, then I hope that happens. But we've got a great rivalry with the Australians as well, so it's always nice.
Now, I just want to leave you with this. I think this kind of sums it up. I just want you to have a little read of that. What's said? This is a little balloon that came down, and someone came to me and said, could you please get David to read it out? So that kind of sums up the passion of little fans to you, Mr. Beckham.
That's amazing. It's really amazing. I think that the fans there today, I think, was incredible. It was really incredible, and it's, like I said before, it's very honouring.
And the good thing about it, you're actually a bloody nice bloke.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.